I simply wanted to change out my current purse for another one today. So I went downstairs in our basement where I had these bins and apparently a whole laundry basket full of tote bags and purses to pick from. Well, this is way too much. So I decided today would be a good day to try to declutter some of this and organize it. We live in New York State where you're not allowed to use single-use plastic bags at stores. So they charge you 5 cents a bag for any one that you use. And I bring my own. So many of these will probably be put into the rotation of grocery shopping bags, which will be useful because some of mine are getting to be old. So I thought I'd take you along on this little journey and see if we can knock this big stack down to maybe one bin. Okay, well, there you have everything emptied out onto the floor in no particular order. There are purses, there are totes, there are shopping bag type totes, there are traveling bags, and just a variety of the kind that you can get at stores or the kind that you might buy because of the picture on it. Some of these I have also inherited from my mother when she did a purse clean out. And I thought, well, maybe I'll use them. But I have a feeling they've been here for about 10 years and not used. So my goal now is to use what I have or get rid of it, because what use is saving them in bins in the basement at this point? So here we go to the next step. Okay, stage one, I tackled the purses. In that whole pile, there were really only 10 items that I consider to be purses. The other things were more like a small tote, so I'll sort those with the tote category. So there are 10 purses, and I decided to keep the 5 on the left and donate the 5 on the right. So that's a good start to a 50% reduction in the number of purses. I'm going to keep going. The next thing I sorted were the small to large totes. And on the left of the dividing line on the floor are the things I'm going to keep. There are some small totes that I'll use for little projects or day-to-day things where you might need a tote. I found some that I'm going to start using for work. I found a brand new lunch box that I had wondered where it had gone, so I'll start using that. On the right are all the totes that I am demoting to the grocery shopping category. Like I said, in New York State, they have you pay 5 cents per bag if you don't bring your own. I go through them quite quickly, and I think it's because I use the plastic ones that don't tend to last very long. So I'm going to start using all of these cloth ones instead of the plastic ones, and maybe they'll last a little longer. These will no longer be stored in the basement mixed in with all the other ones. I'm going to put them in the garage near the car so that I can rotate them in every time I need new ones, so I can grab them easily. All right, so that's a pretty good reduction of what might be going back into a tote. I actually might come up with new places for these so I can grab them easier. I do have closet space. Maybe I'll make a drawer in a dresser for my totes, and then they'll be easier to access and I'll remember to use them. The last category I have, I think, are only a few things that may be for travel totes. Let me check those out and I'll let you know. The last category of things I sorted were all things having to do with travel. There's tote bags and backpacks, gym bags, small shaving kits, and makeup kit type things. So I'm going to keep all of this. I'm going to put it in one of the totes and put it back in the basement, labeled clearly that it's travel tote bag and things like that. So many of these things are my husband's and son's. I just think we need all of these at this point. We have already gone through things and gotten rid of things that are no longer good. So I hope you enjoyed taking a little trip down sorting lane with me on this Saturday. I just feel better that I got a little thing organized. It's not a huge activity, but it's one category. So if you are overwhelmed by the thought of decluttering so many things, just take one category. All it took was me needing to get a new purse for me to get motivated to categorize things and get rid of what I don't need. So take the time to get rid of your extra stuff and you'll feel better for doing it. And after that whole project, here is the purse I decided I will start using for the rest of the winter. I'm glad I did the decluttering project and I accomplished my goal of finding a purse.